Okay, we're at the legislator. So this is the government. We know what the government does. They control, they want to pass laws. You gotta ride a bicycle with a helmet, bullshit, or other issues. You know, they just control. I'm at the Tattoos, I'll say the word right one of these days, the Expo, 2019 Fredericton Tattoos Expo. And there's not only tattoos there's all kinds of different stuff. And I know, I'm jumping here, ADHD. Just this thing here, the flip pen thing. Anyway, somebody's going to explain to me. There's one issue that I don't understand, and somebody's going to educate me on what's going on. And we met, you grabbed my attention, and Mrs. P, we'll call her Mrs. P, is a friend of mine, and she has what we're going to talk about. And you are involved in?
So I'm an ambassador for something called the Bitcoin Cash Association. So my goal is to increase adoption. So I'll try and host monthly meetups and come to expos like this and
Bitcoin,
educate,
and
Bitcoin.
Educate me. Bitcoin. What's that?
It's peer-to-peer money. Money that I can send to you with no intermediary, no bank, no government can stop it. I can send money to anyone, anywhere in the world at any point in time for about 1/20th of a penny.
Okay, so I want some Bitcoin.
Okay.
What do I do?
There's a couple different options. Now, these guys like to regulate it, right?
Notice he never said asshole. Okay. These guys.
You can go through exchanges that ask for like know your client requirements, and then those are like taxable events. And the CRA has actually had an audit form leaked that's pretty interesting around cryptocurrency. But I recommend most people just they find something that doesn't have those know your customer requirements, or they find a person, like a real life person, and they buy it locally. Like,
okay, Bitcoin. If I want to buy some, you got a booth there.
Yep.
And you paid to have that booth there,
yep.
Right?
Yep.
So as the people approach you there and say, I'd like to have some Bitcoin?
A lot of people that were approaching are just like, I want to know more.
Like what I'm doing now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And part of my offer is like, I'll give you the spiel, and then if you want to download the app, I can give you some for free.
Okay. So what is the advantage to invest in Bitcoin?
Invest?
Yeah, or
probably no advantage in investments aside from like you don't have something like the SEC or whatever the Canadian equivalent of that could say like this trade is invalid or whatever. I think that if adoption actually occurs, then the benefit of investing could be the early adopter advantage. Like as more adoption increases and
like investing in Apple
the supply diminishes, and it's a deflationary currency, right? So there's only 21 million coins that will ever exist.
Oh,
yeah.
There's a limit.
Exactly, and that will never change. And if it does change, it's not Bitcoin anymore. So.
Okay.
With that being said, as more people use it and the supply decreases, demand increases, the price is going to go up.
So why would somebody have Bitcoin?
I think if you look at Greece in 2012, Bitcoin was a response to the financial crisis in 2008. So if you look at places like Greece in 2012, where civilians were going to their banks and saying, I want my money.
No more money.
Governments took it. It's gone. Sorry. Venezuelans are wiping their ass with their money because it's cheaper than buying toilet paper with it. Right?
Okay.
So I use it because I think these guys don't give a shit about the people. We're going to slowly ease towards hyperinflation.
He's learning more and more. Okay.
And I think we had a schism, a separation of the church and state. We need a separation of money and state.
How are we going to do that? With those guys, they're not going to listen.
To hell with them. It already exists. We just need to start using it.
Start using it.
The more people, they're not going to lock up all of us. It's a numbers game now.
Okay, so I go to Tim Horton.
Yeah.
I got Bitcoin.
Right.
They're going to say, excuse
Probably
me,
not.
You're not going to get a coffee.
Right.
I go buy a car. I got Bitcoin.
You can. So there's a marketplace called Open Bazaar. It's a computer program that you'd have to download, but it's essentially a decentralized eBay. So anyone can offer anything for sale. And there are cars and houses already for sale in a bunch of different cryptocurrencies, not just Bitcoin. But
Here in New Brunswick?
I don't know about New Brunswick. I haven't looked, but
We're 15 minutes. Hey!
wrong way.
There's no editing here. That's okay. Okay. Anyway, somebody went the wrong way. So they come around that corner pretty damn fast. Sorry about that. I almost threw that, but that's not mine. My God. Okay. So New Brunswick, we're 50 years behind the time.
Right. So part of why I do what I do, like I paid for this out of pocket. This was my cash that put it up. I was paid at a market high back in Bitcoin, which I appreciate. The purchasing value is diminished, but I'm losing money through all this. To me, financial freedom is more important than making a buck. So I'm trying to convince the merchants here. You can go down to People's Pub in New Brunswick and buy whatever you'd like in Bitcoin there now.
People's Pub. Where's
People's
that?
Pub, St. Stephen, New Brunswick.
St. Stephen.
Yep.
So you can get drunk at People's Pub under Bitcoin.
Yep.
How'd they get the money back?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think they're too concerned about cashing out. I think they want to keep their Bitcoin.
Independent. This is what this is all about.
Yeah.
Independent. Independent from
them, from the banks, from anyone that could say no or say that you're doing the wrong thing.
When do you see Bitcoin taking over?
That's rough. It's either going to make or break, I'd say, 10, 15 years. It's either going to zero or people will start using it.
What's your website?
I don't have a website, but you can go to bitcoincash.org or bitcoincashers.org and go through like all the resources that you need, wallets, exchanges, merchants.
Join Bitcoin Cash wallet. Buy some Bitcoin Cash from Bitcoin Cash /buy. Send money to anyone, anywhere, anytime. Profit. Bitcoin Cash is the original currency designed by what?
Satoshi.
What's that?
Satoshi
Japanese?
Nakamoto is a pseudonym from the person who made Bitcoin.
Are the Japanese involved in this?
No one knows. It's a pseudonym, right? So whoever made it kept their identity hidden so that these fuckers wouldn't be able to come after them.
There we go. We don't swear here, but it's all right. Bitcoin and these fuckers, that they're a politician. It's okay. That's okay. It's good. But so have these fuckers and our assholes or people and Bitcoin is just to be independent. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's about.
That's the bottom line.
It's about, power to the people. Let's have our own money.
Do we have a Facebook?
For New Brunswick, I run a Facebook group called New Brunswick, just New Brunswick with crypt, like cryptocurrency in front of it. And there I'll highlight all the merchants and vendors locally that are accepting it, and also I've got a couple files with like a list of resources and links for people to use.
Independent media, independent coins,
independent
currency,
money, yeah.
Money, independent government, that exists.
I like the idea of without rulers, but not without rules.
Thank you.
Nice talking to you.
So, what do you think? Let me know.
I really enjoyed that.
You enjoyed that? Yeah. Me too. So that went for... Sometimes it's too long.